Hello again, folks, and welcome back to the PMP Kitchen. Good to see you again. In this section, we are going to discuss what is gluten and what should you be looking for on the labels. First and foremost, though, I need to specify I am not a certified dietitian, nutritionist, doctor, nurse of any resorts. You'll see the disclaimer in the playlist. You'll need to read over that. I am just a person who has been living and dealing with the effects of nutritional intake and struggles for about 20 years now. And I have developed a regimen for living each day on a gluten-free diet. These recipes are not free of any other possible allergens like dairy, nuts, soy, though they are used in moderation due to my Hashimoto's. I do have Hashimoto's. These recipes are mainly structured and focused on being gluten-free. With that being said, let's move on. So, gluten. What is this magical stuff they call gluten? Gluten is a protein found in certain grains to provide a texture and binding. Kind of sounds like Play-Doh. It's not a necessary or essential nutrient that the body requires, and unfortunately, it can be harmful for some individuals, like me, and maybe you, obviously. It's also been connected to bowel diseases, such as IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, and IBD, which is inflammatory bowel disease, which also includes Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis. It has also been shown to alter the gut bacteria and increases the intestinal permeability in people with IBD and IBS. That meaning that the controlled passage of substances from the intestinal lumen inside the gut gets into the body, into your bloodstream. The intestinal wall acts as a selective barrier, and it allows nutrients to be absorbed while preventing harmful substances from entering into your bloodstream. So if one is consuming something that their body rejects or cannot use as nutrition, it causes a systemic situation. Remember that annoying phrase, I'm sure, depending on when you were born, that we have always heard, at least I have, you are what you eat. Well, in some aspects, it really does ring true. So one great way to consider going gluten-free is that it helps maintain a healthier diet by eliminating unnecessary breads, sugars, carbs, etc. that our bodies just do not require anyway for survival. So, how do you know if what you are shopping for is safe? Packages do not have to say gluten-free, though it is definitely a mind suppressor for worry when it is labeled. Makes it easier when you can just see gluten-free on any package, and it rests your mind. But it's a lot of work, a lot of reading, a lot of studying. So, again, like I said, and you don't need to break the bank. That stuff's expensive. You don't need to break the bank or dive into nothing but packaging that says gluten-free. There are so many different things out there that are just naturally gluten-free. So remember that. But if you are buying any boxed items, a lot of frozen, quick meals in the microwave, you do need to look for ingredient labels. The main gluten words in particular that you need to definitely avoid are wheat, barley, rye, malt, and brewer's yeast. You have to look that one up. Usually in beer, things like that, it's made of hops and stuff. Most other yeasts are okay unless it contains barley. That's the word you want to look for too. Barley is not safe for us gluten-free peoples, so keep that in mind. And also, here's a trick word, triticale. Triticale, Triticale. That is a hybrid of wheat. Can you believe it? We have hybrids in food. Woohoo! And of course, all natural, fresh foods like fruits, vegetables, and meats are all gluten-free and also easily accessible and reasonably priced, including most frozen fruits and vegetables and some meats. Same goes for canned or jarred foods, but you'll need to read the package labels to be sure, as gluten is used in many pre-prepared meals and meats, especially like boxed items of rice-a-roni. That is not gluten-free, even though it says rice, it's not just rice. And then a lot of frozen meats, unfortunately, have that breading on them, so that's a no-no for us as well. So it's just easier to go ahead and aim for choosing straight up fresh fruits, vegetables, and raw meats that have not been manipulated in any other way. And even though the frozen meats and prepared meals are not very healthy friendly anyway, in my opinion. A lot of sodium. All right. I have personally eliminated almost all bread items from my diet, even though I do have my own cookie dough recipes, but they're just made for special occasions mostly. And as of now, I'm only shipping locally due to high costs. I still stay away from any baked goods, even if it does say gluten-free, because I just feel like I don't need that added. I just feel I don't need those added ingredients and sugars when I do so well without it, regardless. It really helps me feel better and have more energy if I just eliminate most of those items, whether they are gluten-free or not. I stick with the healthy fruits and vegetables and fresh stuff. No boxes. I do all or most of my shopping at Schnucks and Aldi's. Sometimes I will need to buy items off of Amazon, especially like gluten-free flours if I am baking my cookies. They're not always easy to find. Walmart sometimes, but not too much. Just certain items that I'm looking for in particularly. And another great place to get things like soups, or if you are a big bread person and do want to continue consuming those kind of items, Mom's Place Gluten-Free. Mom'sPlaceGlutenFree.com is a place to go as well. I trust them, I've used their items, and I buy a lot of their stuff to do cooking, especially on the holidays, because it's hard, especially soups, to find a gluten-free creamed soup that you use in all those yummy, delicious dishes that are holiday bound, okay? Alrighty, so I know this all can be so very daunting. My throat hurts even talking about it, and frustrating at first. But I'm here to help, and I'm going to make it all as easy as possible. I also understand that you may not have all the spices and ingredients that I will be using or may be required to make the meals that I will be presenting to you. But don't worry at all, because once you do purchase what is needed, you will be reusing it so much to keep on creating delicious gluten-free dishes. You'll probably come up with some of your own, and that's wonderful. So, I promise, you don't need to think, I'll never use that again, because you probably will. And if you don't tell them that it's gluten-free, they probably won't even know. So make these recipes and shh, don't tell them. It's our little secret. Okay, my gluten-free best friendsies. If you are into doing the best for yourself and creating some awesome meals for everyone, keep tuned in. Subscribe, like, follow at both channels here at Unified Humanitarian Perceptions and at Kris and the Mic. Links will always be below, so you can always stay informed. Thank you with all my heart, and cheers to you, me, and PMP.